Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, June 28th. We are looking at Window Traders market profile of SPY, IWM, and triple Qs, and new highs in both SPY, ES, NQ, and triple Q. Very, very lackadaisical day again, just like all last week. Once again, not one time frame with a liquidation break below a previous time frame's low. We had, I think, close to 30 cents in H period, I think, but that's it. I had a fantastic day P&L wise. I made 3 trades on the day. I had a great long in A period. I had a very good long in H and lost small on a short in K. The market, we go out with a poor low, and from that poor low, which have been like magnets recently for the market to reverse on either poor highs or lows, but especially the poor lows, the market just reversed one time frame up the rest of the day. We go out with a price probe and a new all-time high. As far as my trade, so A period open, remember we had the price spike. I'm like, we actually gapped open very, very small, filled it right away. I'm like, there's some things to lean on here. I actually took a very small call play right above the price spike. It got below it. I'm like, look, it's one thing to take out Friday's high, another thing to go and get Friday's low in the first time frame. I don't see that happening. We had overlapping a higher value, or we had higher value to start, then overlapping a higher. So I bought 100 calls I was going to do it at the POC from Friday, but it came in fast enough where it was between POC and J's low, and bought another 100 right above I's low. So I was long 215 calls. It rallied back off of that, which just provided a beautiful trade for me to start the day. I didn't do anything then to H period. We got into that grind again. We were 6 for 6 wide. We only end 8 wide. We don't even get 9 wide. But when H made a new low and didn't get any tempo or volume, and by the way, those were the 425 calls I bought in A period. I bought the 424 calls in H period. Turned out to be a very nice trade. Went up, took the rest off. Believe it or not, I took the rest off right below H's high. I'm like, maybe they don't stop the one-time framing down right away. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. I took out H, and then it just started going. I was like, well, I'm not chasing it to get back in. I actually took a small short in K above J's high. I said I would be out above C's high. That's exactly what I did. I wasn't going to give back anything on my day, which was a very, very nice P&L day. And then I just watched it. There was nothing. I was like, let them do what they want to do. They go out with another price probe. We go out with another all-time high. The volume horrendous, 46 million. But it's the same story. This is 6 days in a row. So that's 70. How many time frames is it now? So 13 time frames times 7, times 6 days. 13 times 6. That's 78 time frames. If you don't count 77, if you don't count A from last Monday's, that we have not had a liquidation break at all. At all. So it's fascinating. So that was my trades. As far as our destinations, well, today's upside is one and only one for now, unless we make a new one in the overnight. It is 427.65, which is today's high and all-time high. We took out last week's high already. All 3 time frames are up. Downside will be L's high of 427.29. That's the price probe. Then we don't have anything because, to me, I don't use 8 as a firm reference point to today's poor low of 425.89. And then below that, we have Friday's low of 425.55, and you should have all the rest of the downside destinations. Triple Qs, you can use basically H's low as a pullback, 10 wide, and they also have a price probe. And for Russell, believe it or not, I would use L as a pullback, and they end 10 wide. And then on the charts, 2 days to go in the quarter and a half year. Well, right now, unless we have a real flush out, we're going to be closing near the all-time highs. Very healthy on the monthly. I've gone up in the weekly, and the daily's one time framing up for 6 days. Look, I keep seeing on Twitter and everything else. Somebody said on Twitter, I think I mentioned this morning, if this market doesn't crash today, it's ridiculous. That's such nonsense. Nonsense. Markets do not go bull bear. We are bull in all three time frames. So until you get some kind of balance, you can't even think about saying this market wants to attempt to go bear. You have to go balance and then come out of balance to the bear side. It's something that should be really elementary to most traders that trade for a living. But unfortunately, it's not. Thank goodness they're my competition. Anyway, hope you had a great day trading. Have a great night. And we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.